Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, he was letting himself go on the Asuri qualities. Okay, I think both Krishna and Vyasa both have a gala time explaining this Asuri qualities. Okay, so the 13th verse. Okay, their attitude towards life. Okay, if you have an Asuri quality, what is your attitude towards life? Idamadhyamaya labdham prapyase manoratham idamasti idamame bhavishyati punardhanam. Dil mange more, classical example. In the sense, this I have gained, I fantasized about this I managed. Tomorrow I will get that also. Whole life goes in what? Grab. Okay. Yeah. Idamasti idamapime bhavishyati punardhanam. This much wealth I have amassed. I will get more tomorrow. See, there is nothing wrong in putting up an industry, in becoming a magnate. Nothing wrong in all this. But the idea is that all your focus on. The only focus is on grab, get aggrandized, this, that, etc. Or, once you have reached a certain level, are you thinking of giving back to the society? It's important to look at it this way, because to open up your heart. Because anyway, nobody is going to take the wealth and go with them. It's going to be left here only. Otherwise, this is the attitude. There was this traditional businessman, okay. So he called his Munimji, accountant, and said, give me, okay, how much my assets are worth. Let me know. I want to know now. It's good to take stock. So the Munimji says, those are not days of computerization, etc. Okay. Sir, आपके business इतना फैला हुआ है. Your business is so spread out. I will get 2 weeks. I will take 2 weeks to take into account all that, get a proper estimate. He said, okay, no problem. So after 2 weeks, the Munimji comes back. He says, Bhai Sahab, befikar rahiye. Without a doubt, without a worry, without a care in the world, you can. He says, how? How come? 7 पीढ़ी बैठ के खाएंगे. 7 generations don't have to work. You have got enough wealth to take care of 7 generations. अच्छा. ठीक है, सोमवार से नया बिजनेस चालू करते हैं. किसके लिए महाराज जी? अरे 8वां पीढ़ी क्या करेंगे? What will be the 8th generation? In many business communities there is a statement. My grandfather walked 10 kilometers to work. My father walked 5. I drive a Toyota. My son is driving a Merc. My grandson will have to walk. In many business communities, I have heard this, traditional communities. Indian or Western, both I have heard this. Why? I was thinking, why? Tough times create strong people. Strong people make a great life. A great life makes weak people. And weak people fall into difficult times. It's cyclical, very cyclical. Okay. Yeah. There are exceptions, of course. If the children have been brought up well with an idea of what is to be done, not done, they are not been pampered, they are not grown up with a feeling of entitlement, etc., then it is different. Okay? Not otherwise. Not otherwise. Okay. So, this is the idea. How much are you going to keep? Is your focus only on money or people, development, the nation, a higher cause? Yeah. All of us avoid taxes, if possible. And we demand infrastructure from the government. Where are they going to get the money to give us that infrastructure? It's simple as that. Agreed. There was a lot of corruption, etc., etc. So our focus should be on that corruption part and what we can do about that, rather than not pay taxes. But not paying taxes is the easy way out. The focus becomes so money centered that you lose sight of other goals in life. That's the problem here. That's why he's putting it as an asuric quality. Otherwise, remember one thing, India was a rich civilization. In today's estimate, the British took away 41 trillion pounds from India. Can you imagine the numbers involved? How could they have done it? We are contributing 33% of the world GDP. We are never anti-money, okay, or prosperity or anything. Keeping that the sole focus, to be dharma-centered, dharma-oriented, and then do everything is fine. Then create industries, businesses, everything. This great work. Why you are giving employment to so many people? Great, go ahead. Yeah. Okay. But this is the thing. This is all about how much, what are you going to get. Then look at with respect to people, what the attitude. Asau maya hatash shatrun hanishye cha paranapi isharoham aham bhogi siddhoham balavan sukhi. Asau maya hatash shatrun. I have destroyed this enemy today. I have taken over his business, he is on the road. Hostile takeovers. This guy I have destroyed. Did you really have to destroy him to take over his business? Yeah, that is no mercy. No mercy. Okay. Hanishye aparanapi. The other one I will finish tomorrow, day after. Dusra ko bhi khatam kar dega. Okay. Ishwaroham. A false idea that I am the greatest. Ishwaroham. Aham bhogi. I am the one who is enjoying the good things in life. Siddhoham. I am successful. Balavan. I am powerful. Sukhi. Happy. But you will have to keep reassuring yourself you are like this. Okay. If you really got it, without being dharma centered, I am telling you, you still have to reassure yourself that you are good. Yeah. How many successful businessmen do you see surrounded by sycophants or very intelligent people? Even those guys who are smart enough to recognize I need to have intelligent people around me to make good of this business, etc., they will also have a few hangers on to keep them boosted up. Yeah. Not joking. I have seen a lot of them. Yeah. Unfortunate. For want of success, you don't have a healthy self-esteem, I can understand that. But in spite of being successful, you don't have a healthy self-esteem, then what? What does that tell you about the way you got success? Because inside you feel you don't deserve it. You cheated and got it, you have done this and got it. You compromised and got it. Yeah. आड्यो अभिजनवान अस्मि कोनोस्ति सदृशो मया यक्षे दास्यामि मोदिष्य इति अज्ञान विमोहिताः आड्यः I have wealth. Abhijanavan api oh I have I'm of royal birth, you know. Royal birth, hey champion, we know your past. No. There is a castle in England with a coat of arms that belongs to me. In England, let me tell you, there are many poor royalty who sell off these, okay? Who sell off this. So if you are rich enough, you can buy one. Okay, you can buy one. Why? I belong to royalty. Because royalty is something you have to be born into. Na? Yeah. So you buy your way into it. Buy up some connection, create some false thing of being connected, this, that, etc. Kuch bhi. No. Yeah. Commission a monument in your name. Not in Sardar Patel's name or Mahatma Gandhi's name, your name. So many statues of elephants and Mayavati all around. Classical example, you know. Yeah. Classical example. Ko nosi sadrsho maya. Who's there equal to me? Everyone has some people equal, some people better, some people worse. What's the big deal about it? Ko nosi sadrsho maya. Yakshe. Hey, I am spiritual also, okay? Okay, I am not mentioning the city, but there is one place in South India where a Guru Bhai of mine teaches. Very popular teacher, okay? Very popular. He's a good teacher. Okay, he is my batchmate. He is one of the most innocent, though I am tempted to use the word naive, okay, person I have seen. You look at someone like me, you know I can be crooked. I mean, I won't be, but you know I am capable of it. You look at this guy, you will know he is incapable of being crooked. And he is one of the most popular teachers in the city. And it becomes a status symbol to attend his class. Some of you know who it is. I am not mentioning names, okay? Yakshe. See, I am spiritual, you know. Yeah. I want to be seen with the latest guru who is there. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Yakshe. Dasyami. I'll be charitable. Yeah. But why charitable? To be known as a charitable person. See, there is nothing wrong if you are giving charity and you want to be acknowledged for it. That's fine. No? You are doing something good and you want to be acknowledged for something good. This is not that. This is trying to buy goodwill. No, buying goodwill is different. Yeah. This is that. Okay. Dasyami. Modishya. I am the one who is enjoying the good things in life. Okay. Iti ajnana vimohitaha. Ajnanena vimohitaha. Deluded by ignorance. Yeah. Deluded by ignorance. Yeah. I remember one of the trustees in one of the hospitals in Bombay, big hospital. Somebody introduced him to me outside the class. This is some 10-15 years ago. I don't even know whether he's still alive. And said, Swamiji, can I drop you to the station so that I can chat with you for the next few minutes. I said, sure. If you want to chat, we can sit here also and chat, not a problem. No, I'll know. Okay. He said, Swami ji, सब कुछ है. धन दौलत सब बेटे है, ये है, सब कुछ. शांति नहीं है. He actually told me. So I told him, थोड़ा सत्संग करो, ये करो, फिर चालू करो किधर हम कहीं से. Yeah. Find out what is troubling you. Sit down and chat. We'll explore what is happening, what is not happening. I'm happy to help anyone. Is a man, the poor man on the street or an industrialist. I'll help because I know everyone is suffering anyway in some way or the other. Yeah. Then come back. So be it. Come back, so be it. We call this in astrology Anubhava Yogam. You have the yoga in your Kundali that you have to suffer along through that. Yeah. Choice is there of handling it. Person is there who is willing to help you. Ajnanena vimohitaha. Yeah. अनेक चित्त विभ्रांतः मोहजाल समावृताः प्रसक्ताः काम भोगेषु पतन्ति नरके अशुचौ. Krishna doesn't stop. It's high time he stopped. Okay, ऐसा नहीं ना, बहुत हो गया और कितना explain करने. But it's Krishna. Okay. अनेक चित्त विभ्रांतः. You are living in your own mind and totally deluded on top of it. Just imagine to be living only in your own mind, not in the objective reality outside. Only in your subjective reality you are living. All of us are living in a subjective reality to a great extent. That's why we have to develop vairagya, that objectivity. Okay. But this character only in that. And what type of this is? Vibhranta. By those thoughts, completely deluded, confused. Because your perception of reality is wrapped. I am talking not of the absolute reality, I am talking about your functional reality, your worldly reality. Yeah, I go as far as to say that as far as functioning is concerned, there is hardly any reality, there is only perceptions. That thinking, etc., bahu duram for these people. Don't even tell them that. Get in touch with this, what is functionally valid. There are certain things which are functionally valid. Yeah. I had a youngster like this coming. Swamiji, I am trying to run my business like this, like this, like this. I said, but that is illegal. I know, this officer is after me, but I will get him transferred. I said, Gadde kahega, what have you come to me for? Exactly the words I used with him. I said, Gadde kahega, why are you coming to me for advice then? If that's what you want to do, go, do it. It's a very difficult game like that. I said, then learn to do things properly. And when he tried to do things properly, the first problem he had was with his father. Because he's from Delhi. Okay, this is the family parampara going. But he struggled for 5 years and he has done more or less a good job now. Okay. In today's world, 100% ethical, this, that, etc. Chodo, not feasible. Okay, I understand that. Kali ki prabhav hai. So some Kali Yuga Dharma will always influence you. I can understand that. Yeah. But more or less follow it. Yeah. More or less follow it. Yeah. I said, how many IAS characters will you get transferred? Yeah, your political contacts will get fed up of the number of people who have to be transferred. Yeah. And the guy who's transferred will wait to hit you back. Now you have made him an enemy. Yeah. Okay. Aneka chitta vibhrantaha Moha jala samavrataha. You are caught up in a web of delusion, he says. Web of deceit and delusion you are caught up in. Yeah. You are caught up in that. Prasaktaha kama bhogeshu. So where do you get an escape from all this? Prasaktaha kama bhogeshu. Escape into sensual enjoyment or kya? Yeah. See, all sensual enjoyments will give you pleasure, a certain level of happiness, if indulge in it nicely. They can also destroy you. Many of us know it. You have a drink or two, it's pleasurable. You have more than that, next morning you know what happens. Next day is gone because of your hangover. Whole day gone. Yeah. You love sweets. You enjoy it, fine. How much? Sweets are for the tongue, not for the stomach. So enjoy them for the tongue. If you start enjoying them for the stomach, then diabetes, cholesterol, heart issues, kuch na kuch to hoega hi. Okay. Therefore, kama bhoga also, this is it. How long are you going to enjoy things? A time when will come when you get fed up. Normal things don't give you pleasure. Therefore, now you have to try abnormal things. Alcohol and cigarettes are not enough, therefore you will try drugs. Yeah. Normal romance is not enough, therefore porn. Yeah. It wraps up your mind up. That's all it does. Okay. Patanti narake ashuchau. Yeah. Therefore, they'll go into naraka only. Here or afterwards, both. Here also you lived a life like this for 50 years, after that what? Heart attacks. Okay. Diabetes, is that? What type of life? Bloated liver. What type of a life is there after that? You have another 30 years to go. Yeah. 20 years you enjoyed like this. And what about the next 30 years? A disciplined enjoyment. Like people ask me, Swamiji, you love sweets, why don't you eat some more? I said, because I want to eat sweets all my life. So I'll eat a little bit every day. Every day I'll eat a little bit. So all my life I can enjoy it. Disciplined enjoyment is not an issue. Is that undisciplined one? That is what he calls as Asuri Sampatti. Okay. Atma Sambhavita Stabdaha Dhanamana Madanvitaha Yadante Nyama Yaknyaiste Dambena Vidipurvakam. Khatam nahi ho raha hai. Krishna is going on and on. Okay. Atma Sambhavita. To blow your own trumpet all the time. I accept in today's world, some sort of self-marketing has to be done by everyone. Okay. Your LinkedIn profiles, etc., 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 are part of that. Okay, all right, fine, okay, accepted. But you don't have to blow in your trumpet all the time, or hire somebody to tell. I don't know, Swamiji, na? Jagat Guru hai, aisa hai. I have a coterie who will do it for you. No way. Yeah, okay. Atma Sambhavita. Okay. Stabda, vain, conceited. Okay. Conceited. Dhanamana Madanvita. Filled with pride and arrogance because of wealth. Pride and arrogance. I saw this in the airport once. A nice car pulled up. I think it was a Mercedes or something. Okay. And someone opened the door, and Ratan Tata gets out of it, takes a carry-on and walks in to check in. One man, single person. As he was walking, suddenly, then this car moved away, okay, because they dropped him and they're gone. Suddenly I saw 3 cars coming in. Guard, security guard jumping out of every car before this, that, etc. With walkie-talkies in hand, this, that, etc. Okay. And the car door being opened and Anil Ambani walking out. 3 people rushing in front of him to check him in, this, that, etc. Now you know who's where. Anil Ambani is practically bankrupt. Not really bankrupt, a lot of money he has kept in his wife's name. But if his wife decides to kick him out, he has had it. Good chance for her to get rid of him, actually speaking. Yeah. Okay. Conceit because of your wealth, etc. Okay. Dhanamanav madanvitaha yajante nama yajnaiste. Even if they are getting into some religious or spiritual activities, naam ke vaste only, just for show, to be known you are spiritual, understand. Yama yajnaiste avidhi purvakam, dambena avidhi purvakam. It's all a pretension. Avidhi purvakam. They are not bothered what is happening. Avidhi purvakam. It is like this industrialist walking to my astrologer friend and saying, अच्छा हमको एक मुहूर्त चाहिए, एक बड़ा काम चालू करने वाला है, सोमवार 10 बजे का मुहूर्त निकाल के दीजिए. Give me a muhurta for 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday. What are you going to do? Control the stars or what? Planets or what? Planets move in their own rhythm. You look at what is the best time and you do your program at that best time. If you believe in all these things. नहीं तो Monday morning 10 बजे का मुहूर्त निकाल के दे. It doesn't work like that. Okay. These are all Ravana's younger brothers. You know, when Indrajit was to be born, it seems Ravana caught all the planets and put them in various positions, so that he will have a child born who's invincible. And the story goes, it's all stories, okay, that Shanishwara put his leg into the next house. And it seems Ravana broke that leg. That's why Shani moves slowly. Yeah. It's Shanishwara, yeah. You can't control everything. Therefore, Indrajit was born with a vulnerability. Someone who was a tapasvi like Lakshmana could defeat him. You needed a tapasvi who had done a great amount of seva. Such a person. Yeah. Tapas in the form of seva. Such a person could defeat him. So I used to tease my mother also like that. She waited for 8 years to conceive a child. So the child will be one of the greatest that is there in the world. And the child got fed up, waiting for 9 months to be born, came out 1 month early. So I used to tease my mom, I am a disappointment for you from my birth onwards. And you are Ravana's younger sister. That was just in teasing, okay, nothing more than that, not to be taken literally. But people with this, who wants to try to control freaks they become. Because they think of the money, etc., they can control anything and everything. Nothing is in your control, all control is an illusion. Okay. Therefore, avidhi purvakam, they will, anything that they do, it's only a pretentious action, just for the sake of showing people that they are doing. Nothing really there in that. Even the spiritual activities they get involved into. The thing is, the tragedy is, someone gives, okay, 1 crore for this project. People are benefited. He is not, that's all. He only gets that name and fame. But that punya, etc. is limited. Name and fame you get, oh, this person gave 5 crores he gave for this project. Achha hai. I'm happy with such people. Why? Others are profiting now, others are doing good things. He doesn't. He is gone, but others are okay. Na? ठीक है. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha samashritaha mamatma paradeheshu pradvishantaha abhisuyakaha tanaham dishataha kurvan samsareshu naradhaman shipyami ajasram ashubhan asureshu yonishu. Okay. Who are these people? Ahankaram balam darpam. Okay. Ahankaram, massive egos. This is not the simple ahankara that everyone requires to function. Massive, egoistic people, ahankaram. Balam, okay, brutish. In that strength is good, but brutish. Use power in the wrong manner. Darpam, insolent. Don't respect people around them. Darpam. Kamam krodam cha samashritaha. Full of kama and krodha. Okay, kama and krodha. Mama atma paradeheshu pradvishanta visuyaka. It almost looks like there is some self-hate as far as the atma is concerned. Okay? It's an exaggerated statement. Mama atma, mama atma paradeheshu. In that body, me, the atma, is literally being destroyed. Is being troubled. In the sense, they are completely ignoring what it means to be a human being and grow. In that sense he is talking about. Not that the Atma can be destroyed or anything like that. Okay? Tanaham dvishataha kruran samsareshu naradhaman. Those people who are naradhaman, samsareshu naradhaman. In the samsara, the worst of the people. Okay? Dvishataha, who are hateful, kruran, cruel. Okay, Kshipyami ajasram ashubhan asuri yonishu. I will make sure, meaning by the cosmic law, the cosmic order, not personally, this character deserves hell. No. By the very order of things, that they are born in asura yonishu. They are born as asura, they are behaving like an animal, let them be an animal. No? At least exhaust their tendencies and become human again. Asura yonishu. Okay. Okay. So what? After that I will come back. No? Look at it, it's not that simple. Asrim yoni mapannaha muda janmani mam aprapya kaunteya tato yanti adhamam gatim. Okay, what happens to them? Asrim yoni sampannaha. All right, you gained an asurim yoni, and birth in a family of criminals. What chance does this kid have of leading a dharmic life? As it is, his samskaras from his previous lifetime were problematic. Now he is born in a family which is full of criminals. Some Don's family. What will happen? What will happen? Mudaha, janmani. Karmas will be like that. Samskaras are strengthened. From birth to birth, he will go through the same thing. From birth to birth, he will go through the same thing. Mam aprapya kaunteya tatho yanti adhamagatim. Not gaining me as Ishvara, the cosmic order, or the truth. Bodhuram. Therefore what? Janmani, adho yoni. It's a downward spiral. We are talking about a downward spiral of people. Instead of evolving upwards, they are going in a downward spiral in life. Okay. There are a lot of nuances in this, but I don't want to go into all that. You all are supposed to think of all that on your own. Okay? You go into a downward spiral. Yeah. First, you have the samskara. According to the samskara, you are born in a place which is conducive to your samskara. Then what will happen? Those only will be highlighted. No? You think in a Don's family, doing the right thing will ever be appreciated? And our Bollywood glorifies these people. That's the worst part of it. Yeah. So, then they'll become that. They'll go worse. And you think a Don's family doesn't suffer? Oh my God. People are killed. You're killing each other. You're always living in tension. You think a criminal life is easy to live? It's always it's a more stressful life than an ordinary life. Much more stressful. You don't know which rival is going to break into your area and try to hijack your business. Okay. Yeah. In a proper business, there are some laws, some guidelines, everything available. Here, nothing like that. Yeah. Whether it is a sophisticated movie like Don, Italian Mafia, etc., or our local characters, the same thing. One is sophisticated, one is not sophisticated. The life is same. Yeah. I have to say. Problematic life. I know I sat down and talked to someone who got out of the whole thing. He was next in line after Haji Mastan and all those people. But he got out of the whole thing. Because an army officer sat down and talked with him and made him see things. Yeah, he was lucky, one of the few that got out of the whole thing. Yeah, very decent person. Okay. All right, ठीक है. खत्म होएगा कि नहीं है? हो जाएगा. Okay. Okay. Then he says, त्रिविधम नरकस्येदं द्वारं नाशनम आत्मनः काम क्रोध तथा लोभः तस्मादेतत्रयं त्यजेत. He says the door to hell is threefold. Hell meaning self-destruction. Remind me of an interesting story. The samurai warrior goes and asks a Zen monk, tell me the way to heaven and hell. The Zen master looks at him and says, you are an idiot. Even if I explain to you, you won't understand. He draws his sword in anger. Here is the road to hell. The samurai thinks, sheaths it back. That is the road to heaven. Zen masters can risk their lives to teach, okay? So here he says, Narakasya dwaram trividham. Threefold. What is that? Kama, krodha, tata, lobha. That longing, desires, can't do without it. I have to get it and I have to get it now. I want it now. Kama. That type of kama. Not simple desire. Arey yaar, tomorrow I want to go in for lunch with my family. That is a simple desire. Yeah. Okay. So after class we'll all go, okay, fine. But this is longing. I can't live without it. Kamaha. If the desire is this thing, krodha is not far behind. Because you will get angry at anything that you perceive is trying to prevent you from getting it. They may not, nothing may be preventing you, but you wanted to go for lunch and I have to do this tomorrow. Tomorrow there is a strike. Everything is closed. You will rant and rave at everyone, from the government downwards to the opposition, to the politicians, to the people who call for the strike, to the rant and rave and this thing. What's happening? You will curse them. Krodha. If the kama is that strong. Kama is not strong, okay, chalo, theek hai, next week we will go. This we will do something else today. Okay. Kama, krodha. Lobha, greed. That goes one step more than kama. Greed. We all know what it is. Okay. Yeah. He says, therefore, etatrayam tyajet. Be free from these three. He says. Grow out of it. Karma yoga buddhya. Ishwararpana prasad buddhya. Grow out of it. These two attitudes. See, you can't say, okay, I will not have desire. You can't say that. And the longer you play with that desire or don't get what you want, the more it may build up in you. You have to work for it with Karma Yoga, Buddhi, etc. You will grow out of it. That's the beauty of Karma Yoga. Okay? They will take the Asuri Sampatti and make it human first. Karma Yoga does that. Because you are linking up with priorities, etc. Therefore, make it human. And then you become free from it. Either by getting it or by not getting it. Either way, you will become free from it. That's the beauty of Karma Yoga. Yeah. Therefore, etatrayam tyajeya, grow out of the whole thing. Etehi vimuktaha kaunteya tamodvarai sribhir naraha archyanti atmanah shreyaha tato yati param gatim. Etehi vimuktaha, once you are freed from this, relatively speaking, also freed from this. E kaunteya tamodvaraihi tribhihi, that naraha who is free from these three gates, kama, krodha, lobha, who is free from that, who is grown out of that, he says, acharati atmanaha shreya, does what is good for himself, conducive for his growth, does whatever is conducive for his growth. What is conducive for your growth? No? Yeah. And tatahayati param gatim, in time param gatim mokshakhyam yati, he gains, he gets himself on the moksha marga. Why? Because growth oriented. Yeah, if he is growth oriented, you cannot but help coming to moksha, I am telling you. Somewhere kidhar se something will trigger you off and you will come to moksha. That's how I came. Yeah. Mine was never to live in fear. However dangerous the situation, and live in courage. Growth oriented. That's a growth orientation. And a time came when it was choiceless. Moksha was choiceless. Yeah. I've seen, in my years of teaching, I've seen a lot of people who are all go-getters, this, that, etc. And they're still go-getters and very capable people. But now, they are moving on towards moksha, this, that, etc. So beautiful to see that. So beautiful to see that. They're still capable and great achievers and all that. They are moving. Okay. If I get a couple of more people like that, then I can sit down and relax. As it is, my work is only half. They are doing everything. You know, Aram, mast Ram Baba hoke baithega. Yeah. Okay. All right. Not simple sitting down and taking it easy, okay? Teaching. Focus on what is my competence area, my core competency, okay? To teach and make people understand the truth. Okay? Yeah, param gatim, that is it. Param gatim, okay. Therefore, how do you go into the whole thing? How do you look into the whole thing? Yeah. Okay. How do you go? Here it is. Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya karyeshu avastitau nyatva shastra vidana uktam karma kartum arhasi. Simple. In all these things, dharma, etc. How do you figure out things? See, some instinctive understanding of dharma is there for every human being. It's important to know. Every human being has an instinctive understanding of dharma. That's why if you do something adharmic, you are not very comfortable. Take a 2-year-old child. Do you have to teach the child to be honest? The guy will be embarrassingly honest. Say all the wrong things at the right time. Why? He's honest. Should I tell the truth or tell the lie? I should tell the truth. Why? Because there is an instinctive recognition of dharma. A child is kind in giving, will share naturally. Yeah. May take a little time to feel comfortable, but they'll do that. So, dharma, instinctive understanding we all have. How do we refine it? That refining of that understanding of dharma is what education is supposed to do. But we are secular, so that is not there in education. And he says, what is the pramanam for it? Shastram pramanam te. How do you know what is right and wrong? Anyway. Refer to the Shastra. Shastra is the pramana. The absolute pramanam for dharma, adharma is the Shastra, nothing else. My thinking, of course. We can be highly ethical people with our own thinking. But the final pramana rests with the Shastra. Yeah. Not with anything else. Yeah. Because it deals with life hereafter also, which your logical thinking cannot deal with. karma, karma phala, janma, etc. it deals with, that your logical thinking will not be able to give. Your logical thinking can help you understand, but you need that Shastra Pramanam to understand. Therefore, Shastram Pramanam te karya karyeshu, to what is to be done and not done. You have to understand it, not go blindly by it. Why? Gahana karmanam gati. He said that earlier. The path of karma is very deep. Pandita api vimohita, even scholars can be disturbed by it. Yeah. Yes, because you cannot sit and debate endlessly before you do a thing. Life does not always give you that luxury and time. Classical example is a soldier. He is patrolling in the streets of Kashmir and suddenly there is some firing. From a building, he knows there are people in it. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? Fire back. That is the first instinct and the right thing also. There may be people inside. There may not be people inside. How long can you debate? You are under fire. You have to make split-second decisions. And believe me, there will be enough armchair experts sitting down and debating endlessly and showing the Jawan was wrong in firing back. Take these characters and put them on the streets of Kashmir when something like this is going on. Then we will see the fun. We will be shitting bricks. Yeah. Life is like that. You have to make decisions. Some may be right, some may be wrong. So if your understanding of dharma, adharma is fine, even your split decisions will be fine. It will never be perfect. There is nothing like a perfect decision. Why? You are living in an imperfect world. How do you expect a perfect decision? It's an imperfect situation. Yeah, it's an imperfect situation. How do you expect a perfect decision in an imperfect situation? That is a Gahana Karmanam Gati. Dharma Dharma is like that. So my understanding of Dharma Dharma should be so well entrenched that my decisions are the best possible in the situation. It becomes very spontaneous and natural. Deliberate in the beginning, spontaneous and natural later. Yeah, so that's the whole thing is. Jnatva Shastra Vidhina Uktam Karma Kartum Arhasi. Therefore, knowing what is to be done from the Shastra, etc., Karma Kartum Arhasi. You deserve to act, deserve to do things. Because growth happens only if you live a life. Growth won't happen by witnessing life. Okay. And don't give me all that thing, oh, for growth, I will live in the power of now, etc. That's the tyranny of now. And that is not meant for growth. After growth, etc., we can try some of those things. To witness what I am doing, when I am doing it, etc. Not to sit down and witness life passing you by. And that everyone does anyway, watch the TV. Every night they do, no? Everything passing by, you are just watching. That only makes you idiotic. Stop thinking. No. People, some teachers present as though thinking is a problem. If thinking is a problem, you have a nightmare within your mind. Thinking is not the problem, thinking is the solution. Non-deluded thinking, pramana-oriented thinking, knowledge-oriented thinking. Yeah. And you should know when to drop your thinking also. Yeah. When do you sheath the sword of thinking? Yeah, that also you need to know. Remember what he said, 6th chapter? Arurukshor munir yogam karma karanamuchyate yogarudasya tasyeva shamak karanamuchyate. One who is desirous of mastering yoga. What is yoga? Mastery of your mind. Okay? Understand from that context. Karma karanam uchyate. You need to do things. Yeah, you need to do things. For one who has already mastered that, Kshamak karanam uchyate. Keep quiet now. Don't run around like a headless chicken. Yeah. Contemplate, etc. Be more contemplative. So growth means karma. You can't avoid it. Do. Yeah. Whatever growth oriented necessary. Karma, do that. Yeah. That will help. Therefore, Shastram Pramanam, he says. In fact, in Taittiriya Upanishad, when the youngsters are graduating, these are not Vedanta teachers. These are youngsters who have finished their education. Okay? 18, 19-year-old, 18 to 20-year-olds. They are graduating. And there is a valedictory address. There the teacher says, a lot of things he says, one point. Yatha te dharma vichikyatsa karma vichikyatsa syuhu. If you have a conflict with respect to dharma or karma, what will you do? I am not around. He says, find a person who is committed to dharma, aluksha, not cruel, not harsh, dharma kama syuhu, who follows dharma well. Then, yatha te varteran tate te vartirtaha. As how they do, you also follow or discuss with them and do it. Why? Because these are all pramana kushalaha. These are all people who have mastered the pramana, the dharma shastra, etc. They have it with them. Yeah. Therefore, no problem. They may have never confronted a problem. They have never confronted. Sometimes people can come and ask you something that you have never seen before. Isn't it possible? Of course it is. So it's a big deal. You go back to fundamentals and look at core issues. Simple as that. Look at core issues. How will you be able to look at core issues? People always tell me in corporate training, Swamiji, how do you manage to look at this core? How do you do it? I said, first develop objectivity. Stop letting your subjectivity influence the situation too much. Look at it objectively, you will get it. Yeah. You'll be right all the time? No, there are times when I have said, no, this what I decided to do was not correct. This is a better way of doing it. I've seen that. Those who work with me know that. Not very common, but there are times when this happens and I'll change it. That's dharma kamas, you know. You're committed to dharma. You're committed towards the right. You're committed towards this thing. Of course, dharma vichikitsa will not be there, but there may be some issues with regarding to other things that you don't know about. Yeah. So, live like that with Shastra as a pramanam, as a guiding light. Okay. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishadsu Brahmavidyayam Yoga Shastra. Thus in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is like an Upanishad only, which deals with both Brahmavidya and Yoga Shastra, Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade, in a form of a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, Sampat Vibhaga Yogo Nama Shodashodhyayaha. Sampati Vibhaga Namo. Devasuri Sampad Vibhaga Namo. The 16th chapter comes to an end. As I said, 16, 17 and all are easy chapters. There's something to be integrated into your life from that. But as an understanding base, they're easy chapters. Okay? Yeah. And 17th chapter will deal with all sattva, rajas, tamas. Things again it will deal with. Shraddha, etc. it will deal with. Okay? I think food also, or did we already deal with food? Yeah. Yeah, sattva, rajas, tamas with a lot of stuff he deals with. Yeah. Food also he deals with here. So you all can decide now what is sattvic, what is rajasic, what is tamas. Instead of endlessly arguing whether onion is rajasic or garlic is tamasic or whatever, instead of endlessly arguing with that, Shastram pramanam te karya karyeshu sarvada. Shastra is a pramanam. Not your own conditionings, not your cultural leanings. Yeah. Shastra is a pramana. Then you will quote some obscure story, you know. Swamiji, there is a story in the Dharma Shastra like this, that the Amrita was spilled from the along with the Rakshasas, but therefore that became garlic. We are not supposed to eat garlic because of that. किधर से ये कहानी बयान क्या था, खुदा जाना है. Yeah, they interpreted literally, Arthavadaism. I said, why don't you interpret it like that? Garlic is Amrutam. Yeah, if you're interpreting the story, it's Amrutam. Born of Amruta. It's good. Nobody will put Amruta as tamasic, will they? Okay. We'll see that when a time comes for that, on the 17th chapter. So, next Saturday, come with any questions you may have on the 16th. And then we'll go into the 17th and take care of that. Then 18th chapter, some of it is simple verses, some of it is very, very profound. Okay, yeah, very profound. Sometimes some verses I'll spend time on. 17th is simple. Yeah. Okay, good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.
Swamiji,